Welcome to Wrestling Talk in the Shop, where we cover all things professional wrestling, from new wrestling to classic wrestling and everything in between. We go to wrestling, we do some wrestling, and everything in the ring.
Hey guys, it's John from Wrestling Talk in the Shop, and today we're going to do another wrestler memorabilia spotlight. Today we're going to talk about the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, and that's Bret Hart. And Bret Hart is one of the all-time greats, in my opinion. I remember after the Hulk Hogan era ended, basically right after King of the Ring in '93, Hogan went away. And to me, I know it didn't happen immediately, but to me, it was all about the Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels. And those two guys kind of ruled the mid '90s. And I was always a Bret Hart guy, And like I said, Bret Hart is... Truly, he is one of the best there is, the best, in my opinion. The whole thing where he come out on Monday Night Raw a couple of weeks ago and Gunther says, who my favorite wrestler was? And I know that Goldberg was, but it was a great, but anyway, we're just going to talk about Bret Hart's career and just look over the memorabilia that we have of Bret Hart. We have this is the best winged eagle that I have in my collection. It is the WrestleMania 40, and Bret Hart has said that this is his favorite title belt, and a lot of times, he was the man. It was, a whole generation knows of Bret Hart. They don't know of, which I don't know if you consider this a Hulk Hogan belt. There's a lot of different guys that really held it, but Hogan, and then Bret Hart, Shawn, and Stone Cold. That's who when I think of the Winged Eagle, that's who I think of. But anyway, This is not my only copy, but it's my best copy. Then we've got the Bret Hart DVD. This is from I'm trying to look for the year. I can't find the year. 2005. So this goes way back. What year was he inducted into the Hall of Fame, Lindsay? You look and see while I'll talk about the DVD. And Bret Hart, he was one of those guys for a long time. I didn't think he was going to return to the WWE fold, but then he did right around the whole time that I can't remember the exact, but I remember TNA was going to have a live Monday night Impact, and then Bret Hart that was the first time when him and Shawn Michaels, they come face to face, and then he started the whole feud with Vince McMahon, and that was not a very good match. Which Bret Hart he'd had a stroke, and and he had that bad concussion in WCW, and that wasn't, but he had that match, and it was good for what it was. It wasn't one of, nearly not one of his, but the whole deal at WrestleMania. But it was cool to see him whoop the hell out of McMahon. And
2006.
2006. So this was actually before he look through the things there. But what's your favorite WWE Bret Hart match, Lindsay? I can tell you a couple of mine is going to be like WrestleMania 13, and then even WrestleMania 12. He had a lot of bangers. He was but he was cool for the time. He wore pink before it was cool, He did. And then we've got the whole Simpsons magazine there, and he actually has a Simpsons figure. He has two. There's one that come out, a long time ago, and I've never been able to capture that. But that's a great shot. What year is that? What month and date is that?
Oh, let's see, May of '97.
May of '97. That's when Bret Hart was on top of the world. Well, he was on. Yeah, he was running the world, and then we all know what happened in November of that year.
There's a whole write-up in there about it.
Yeah, about the figure or what?
Well, it's about
him being on The Simpsons. Yeah, he appeared on The Simpsons, and The Simpsons, I believe, is still on today. I haven't watched them in a long time, but Bret Hart, he was and then he appeared on like some Western show. I can't remember which one it was, but it was like where he was, he kind of did the whole thing with, like, he was on some kind of cowboy show. I can't remember what it was, but anyway, he debuted in 1984 in the WWF. I know he wrestled for Stampede Wrestling, but of course he was part of the Hart Foundation with Jim Neidhart, and then he went on and he captured the Intercontinental title that WrestleMania 7 or 8, the one where he wrestled Rowdy Piper and beat Piper. That was a great match too. It really, that was really, Piper was gonna, hit him with the bell. That was a great. Bret Hart's had tons of matches. It's great. But anyways, we'll go through and look at. Here is his Masters of the Universe figure, and I believe this is from the last ever line, the last series in that line there. And
excellence of execution.
I just got lucky and picked it.
This is a cool figure.
Yeah.
Look, and he's also got another set of eyeballs on it. I didn't even notice that until like way later.
Yeah. And I just got lucky and got those real late at Walmart one night, you know.
Unpunched.
Yeah, unpunched. They're a little rough. I mean, it's a little rough. It's got a little damage to the back of it.
We probably did most of that.
Yeah. And then we've got, this is from the, I believe the 21 Survivor Series. I believe it's, or what series, I can't remember what year it is. It is from, but anyway, 2021. Yep. It's the Bret Hart. Of course, then we all know what happened at the Survivor Series, the whole screw job thing there. I mean, that was, I get so tired of hearing about that. I mean, let's get past it, And they did Bret wrong, and,
He's let everybody know about it.
He's let everybody know about it. Bret Hart is his own biggest fan. But anyway, read the back of it. Show them the back of it.
Okay. It's Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and 235 pounds, 6 foot tall. Career highlights: WWE Champion, Intercontinental Champion, World Tag Team Champion. The excellence of execution defeated Stone Cold Steve Austin at Survivor Series 96, earning his spot as the #1 contender for the WWE Championship. And he's in here with Bailey, the Hulkster, and Keith Lee.
And I believe he is, I know he is a WCW United States Champion, but didn't he beat The Miz? Wasn't that who he beat? I believe he beat The Miz for the WWE United States Champion. He was a United, he was under that whole Lloyd's in London insurance policy, but I believe he did beat the Miz, and he didn't take much physicality. Then we got probably the craziest pack that Mattel's ever made. I don't know if they were just trying to piss Bret Hart off or what, but I mean, this is just the craziest thing I've ever seen, because Bret Hart definitely hates Bill Goldberg. But we got a 2-pack. This is from, I can't remember, 2020. I believe this is Ringside Collectibles. I know that's where I got this from, but they were the whole thing where Bret, he told Goldberg to spear him, and he had the thing under his, under his jersey and all that. And I mean, that's just crazy. And then
and there's the plate.
The plate. That's what it was. Plate. Yeah. And anyways, we all know that Goldberg kicked Bret Hart. Stiff kicked him in the head, and gave him that concussion. And things happen. It is. Bret Goldberg has apologized. But
he will get carried away.
Bret Hart has never forgave him, or if he had, he said. I know he said different things at different times. But anyways. Not a very good Bret Hart likeness on that figure, is it?
No, it kind of looks like a lady.
Yeah, I mean,
it don't look like him.
But he was a WCW champion. I believe he. I can't remember who he beat. I believe maybe Sting. I can't remember who he beat. I know he was a U.S. champion. And that match we had with Benoit in the Kemper Arena to honor Owen Hart, that was a good match too. I mean, like I said, I can't really think of Bret Hart having a bad match. Maybe some against Bob Backlund. And I like the whole thing where I believe Bob Backlund beat him for the champion in 93 or 94, somewhere right around there. I can't remember, but that was a whole good feud there. And Crazy Bob went crazy, but read the back of that one.
All right. In 1999, Bret the Hitman Hart and Goldberg were two of the biggest stars in WCW. Both were former champions, both were main eventers, and it was only a matter of time before they collided. On March 29th, they did just that. Bret issued a challenge to Goldberg and baited the big man into spearing him. However, the spear appeared to knock out both men. The excellence of execution revealed he was wearing a steel plate under his jersey, sparking a rivalry that lasted over a year.
Yeah, and you can still hear Bret Hart talk about it today. I mean, he's definitely. But I wished I had a leather jacket with Bret the Hitman Hart, or I had some T-shirts when I was younger, but how you move, you get married, you grow up, you lose stuff, but don't have any classic Bret Hart. He had some cool ones too, some all over print ones, I see some people wearing them at some of the wrestling shows.
They bring big money now.
Yeah, now they bring big money, but anyways. And then we've got, of course, this is a WrestleMania 38 from the Elite Series with Vince McMahon Build-A-Figure.
Yeah.
He's
in there with Vince McMahon's legs.
Yeah, and that's from when I believe he wrestled Vince McMahon at that thing. And Vince went, he said, "I got your whole family," and then they basically said they took your money and turned on him. But Vince is all over that. Bret is all over that Vince documentary too. I mean, he talks a lot about that. And one thing about Bret, he's going to tell you how it is. He tells you, Hulk Hogan. He doesn't like Hulk Hogan, and and I believe him and Ric Flair have made up, but they had a lot of feuds, over the years. But read the back of that one.
All right. Returning to WWE after 12 years seeking peace, the excellence of execution wound up going to war with Vince McMahon at WrestleMania, 26.
Yeah.
And we got the Build-A-Figs with AJ Styles, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and Shawn Michaels in this series.
Yep.
And Vince McMahon as the Build-A-Fig.
But yeah, I mean, Bret. I mean, he even made it. He even had that Wrestling with Shadows DVD. I mean, or DVD or movie. It was a movie. It was a documentary. I remember watching it on A&E back in the day. But I mean, that was pretty cool. And he wrestled. I mean, Vince let him wrestle. I remember he wrestled Terry Funk at Terry Funk's Amarillo retirement match, and he was WWF champion over that. And he was going to let Terry Funk win, but Terry Funk was like, "No, you need to win." But he's done a lot of things. He even made an appearance for AEW, I believe, at the first Double or Nothing, and debuted the World Heavyweight title. And of course, he tripped, going back up the ramp, But anyways, most recently he was on Monday Night Raw. What did he do on Monday Night Raw? Who did he? He had a spat with Gunther, right? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, he was beefing with Gunther when they were up there.
Yeah, and he was like, on behalf of Sami Zayn. But Brad looks good. I mean, he looks good. I mean, he's been through a lot. The Von Erich, the Hart family. That's two of wrestling's, prominent families in professional wrestling. But he's been through a lot with his losing his brother and a lot of his co-workers. And when we went to Andre's museum in Ellerbe, they had a drawing there that Bret Hart. I guess he's a good artist, but he is a good artist. Yeah, he is a good artist. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, but he had drew a picture of Andre when he was out sick, and it was pretty cool. I remember seeing that. But
yeah, they had a couple of them, I think.
Yeah, a couple of them. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up. It's a deep dive on the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. But check out our other videos. We do all things pro wrestling. Thanks for watching.
You got some cool Bret Hart stuff.
Tell us about your cool Bret Hart stuff, But anyways, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell.